the shaking, the nervous energy. You need your calm, familiar friend. So Elite is here again. Everywhere you dream, everywhere there's a team. There's a team that's keeping you sleeping. Everywhere you dream, everywhere there's a smile. There's a smile from somebody who sees you. When you need dental work, but you've got anxiety, Elite Anesthesia will put you to sleep. Everywhere you dream. Everywhere you dream. Everywhere you dream. Everywhere you dream.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of The Dose. Happy New Year. Sean, I just saw a video, you son of a gun, you doing some country western dancing.
Yeah, we're not,
What the heck?
I mean, I'm just happy to be out there using my talents.
So are the people around you. Looked rowdy, but good for you, good for them.
Yeah.
Great to be back.
Happy to help.
He's Sean, I'm Nick. Looking forward to getting in this episode of The Dose. I hope you enjoyed the last video. Our production team produced really cool content, 2025 in review, introduced some 2026 items. Maybe first on that list is a newly kind of put together purpose statement for 2026 that we've defined for the business as it has taken more shape into this year.
Yeah, we thought a lot about the purpose statement this year. I think it's important for us to all be on the same page and really understand the value that Elite Anesthesia delivers to all the people that it comes in contact with, and how. And so we spent a lot of time working on it, and we're excited to announce that our purpose statement for 2026 and hopefully beyond is that we help physician practices grow by supporting office-based procedures through a fully managed anesthesia platform. It's kind of a lot, but if you take it apart, it's important, every aspect, and we're excited to focus on it this year and understand more about what it means.
Yeah, the physician practice, procedures in those practice has really just naturally grown. We've been very much dental in the past. We are in all kinds of specialties now, supporting all kinds of procedures, both surgical and non-surgical.
Mm-hmm.
But this notion of patients being afraid and of hurting inside of procedures, it's everywhere. And there's not ASC access for every last procedure, and Elite's here to close that gap, and it's been exciting to...
It's more prevalent than we appreciate. And when we start talking about it, you start to realize, regardless of the specialty type, there exist procedures that are either done in a surgery center that should come back to the office, or that are being done in the office and should be, sedated.
Yeah. To that fully managed anesthesia platform, it's a bit of a mouthful. We're making some operational changes that we're excited to announce as well, some follow-on announcements. Our scheduling team, for a while now, have done a lot more than just schedule the case. Done a lot of patient hand-holding through the paperwork. Natalie gets involved helping them think through clearances and all kinds of follow-up questions. Payment, our schedulers are on the phone helping people understand payment. So we're actually, as of today, we're going to discontinue the scheduler title, and all of our scheduling team are now called surgical care coordinators. So this care coordination team, their job really, back to that purpose statement, thinking about office-based procedures, they're coordinating care across the very kind of first minute of case acceptance all the way through to sort of seeing the case happen and be delivered by the anesthesiologist in the business.
Yeah,
there's a lot to that.
It's an exciting change, and I think for most of our viewers, being clinical based, it's going to sound familiar, and it should be. They just do a lot more than scheduling, like you mentioned, and the title is important to appreciate. The portion of this experience that they're responsible for.
Yeah. And they kind of already do it unspokenly. But that, in addition to our preoperative RN team, led by Natalie, will be called RN case managers. Also something much more consistent with what you'd hear in a hospital or surgery center around the really kind of the RN-led thinking around kind of case management, triage, sort of helping surgeons, MDs, all the anesthesiologists in our business make good and safe clinical decisions on behalf of their patients. Those two announcements are in effect as of right now. Big moment, but really exciting. It's great just to align that business a bit back to that purpose statement. Why else have one if not? Dozy app. Speaking of our next update.
Yeah, we were very excited to do our first launch of the Dozy app. Really a kind of a rough draft, if you will. We launched just a singular function inside of the app where we are collecting patient paperwork through it. It's gone mostly very well. It's like I said, kind of an early version, but patients are using it. The functionality of patients using it and coming back to us has been good. Feedback on the usage of the providers being a little bit difficult, in part because of the formatting. Like I said, rough draft version. The formatting's not what it will be in its final version. But here soon we're going to launch that'll fix that problem. And then we'll be able to push forward into the next phase, which is being able to collect prepayment. And that's going to be a pretty big change for us.
Most of the providers are begging for that not to happen. They're going to be sad to not swipe that credit card anymore and have that awkward conversation.
As someone who's swiped a lot of credit cards,
it's devastating.
This is going to be tough.
But to that kind of preclinical care coordination, that whole case support coordination management concept, this sort of paperwork, albeit in draft form and it's been a little difficult to read through your mobile phone, is the gateway for us to get into that and start fixing a little of that awkward tension of our anesthesiologists being cashiers at the end of a
it's been necessary to this point. Our business has run for 6 years off of swiping credit cards for about half of our cases, and this is going to be a big moment forward for us, not just in the the functionality and overall well-being of our providers, not having to deal with that, but also taking a step forward into, I think, defining Elite's four walls, if you will, as being kind of the mobile surgery center.
That's the kind of the completion of that patient portal.
This is the fully managed anesthesia solution.
Starting with the patient, we will be much more descriptive and introductory on the next dose about the provider portal of the app that will be rolled out, that will, all of you anesthesiologists, will really impact your day-to-day for the better. And we'll work hard to see that all happens. But right now we're kind of getting to the end of that phase one implementation, and it's going to open the door for all kinds of improvements in the business.
We, as we all know, the dose has grown considerably and attracting nationwide, even worldwide attention. And we're excited to announce that we've taken on a new sponsor, and we'll hear from them.
Good evening, America. Ron Burgundy here, reminding you that behind every calm patient, there's a little white bottle of milk, also known as that sleepy milk. Ah, yes, the champagne of sedation. It's not just a medication, it's an experience. And while I can't legally recommend it for your in-laws or my friend Baxter, I say this: every nap wishes it were a propofol nap. I once tried propofol recreationally. Just kidding, my lawyer told me not to finish that sentence. Prolipol, because relaxation shouldn't require yoga pants. Side effects may include calmness, quiet, and complete trust in your anesthesia provider. If your procedure lasts more than 4 hours, you're probably a dentist. So, from all of us here at The Dose, a huge thank you to our sponsor, Prolipol. Stay classy, stay sedated, and remember, don't try this at home. Unless, of course, you're Elite Anesthesia.
Tom, you're not supposed to... He's doing it anyway, just whatever.
Oh, Prolipol was a bad choice. I love the guy. Thought he was great.
We're happy he's here.
Tom, we're lucky to have you. We'll take what we can get. Anybody in the Burgundy family is welcome here. Getting into the January performance recap now. January was slow. It's a slow month. We had some inclement weather, which really impacted operations on the ground, whether inside the dental office. We heard last time through having to wake up a patient who had to be evacuated due to a flooding event. Shout out to the CRNA. You know who you are, who did that hard work.
Exciting times in an office.
But it was, I think everyone was a little bit asleep through the holidays, and the first few weeks were not fully sold, booked, ready to go in the dental office. We did see a slowdown in hours. That all said, we were in 12 states in January. We had 53 providers perform cases across those 12 states. 965 patients and their families served.
That's a lot of patients.
Across a ton of different procedures, which the app, by the way, will allow us to begin to start tracking what those procedures are. We can have conversations along those lines. And just under 2,200 hours in total across the business. It's January. We look back at last year's data. It was January then too.
Talked to all of our reps today, and it's kind of industry standard for January to be a slower month.
A little bit frozen. We see it kind of picking back up, gaining momentum. February, there's fewer working days. It's a perennial short month, though it seems to be busier per day, and then we think March will be humming again as usual. With that, those are the announcements and the January snapshot and recap. We're going to give it over to Casey here for our Clinical Insights section. Casey, take it away.
Okay, welcome to another Clinical Insight of the Dose. So I'm Casey Stratton, here to go through a couple things with you today. But first, just want to say one minor tweak to our anesthesia record that you might have already noticed, but there is a section underneath where the recovery vitals is that says TP in and TP out, meaning throat pack in and throat pack out. Just making the documentation of these throat packs being placed and removed that much easier. Okay, now on to the meat and potatoes of today. The tip today, we're just gonna review our quick trach kit. Obviously, this is a very expensive piece of equipment I hope we never have to use. However, it is great to review it, especially the particular brand that you all have been issued. All right, so real quick, we're gonna do a brief anatomy review that we all know. Obviously, we have the thyroid cartilage. Below that notch, we're looking for that cricothyroid membrane, and that is our target. Okay, the piece of equipment we're talking about is the quick trach, which should be in each of your packouts. Now, a couple components that you need to be familiar with on this quick trach. The first one is this red stopper. That is to make sure that you don't go too far or too deep, causing posterior damage to the trachea or getting out of placement entirely. The second is this green tab. Now, as you pull this green tab back, you'll hear an audible click and it will remove the tip of that needle. That allows you to advance the tube without shearing the posterior aspect of the trachea. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now that you have your saline and your lidocaine drawn up, go ahead and support the trachea with your non-dominant hand. In your dominant hand, grab the quick trach, locate the cricothyroid membrane, and insert at a perpendicular angle. It's best to do this while aspirating. The benefit to aspirating and the benefit of having saline or lidocaine is that you will easily see bubbles once you're in the appropriate location. Once there, drop the needle down to 45 and advance to the red stopper. Remove the green clip, the safety shield, and you're able to advance the remainder of the way. Once in place, the second syringe that is supplied fills up the cuff, and you can use the strap to secure it to the neck. Once secured, you could attach your ambu bag or even your Jackson Reese and provide ventilation. And that's it. If you'd like, you can use the extender piece, which will help facilitate a little bit easier of a placement of the ambu bag, but again, not necessary. Okay, thank you for joining me for this tip of using our Quick Trach 2. I hope that was informative. Please review this often, and I hope that we never need to use it.
Thanks to Casey for running our Clinical Insights segment. Cric is not something that any of us ever wish to be doing, especially in an office, but that kit's in there for a reason, and best that we all know how to use it. be prepared and then never use it versus not prepared and you'll need it.
Yeah, that trachea was 3D printed with some Play-Doh skin over the tracheas. Appreciate the creativity. And we're going to introduce our next two sections here for the agenda. The first one is our provider spotlight. Dr. K in Dallas, who's recently joined us. Dr. K is awesome. And we have an Elite in Action segment coming out of Seattle that I'm sure you'll enjoy. All right, we're here in Seattle, Washington. We're with Andrew Gould, one of our CRNAs. Just to tee it up for you, Andrew. So over this period of time, last few weeks, kind of New Year's, end of year, I was in my wife's family in Central California. Okay. So just straight down from you. And there were torrential downpour. I'm like, I'm in California for the holidays. What's all this rain? It's a sunny state. And looking up and down the coast, and it is rain everywhere, and big rain. Well, fast forward a couple of weeks, we're together, and you shared with me a story that's from those very same rainstorms that is so much of a Elite in Action kind of moment. Would you mind sharing with us?
Yeah, not at all.
Circumstances?
Not at all. You know, when I became a CRNA, someone told me how or what I might need to do one day if a patient ever had to be evacuated that was under my care. And I really didn't think that day would ever come, but this winter it showed up on my doorstep. So yeah, during those rainstorms that we had a few weeks ago, I was in an office doing a case, and a patient was having both their upper and lower arch replaced. And all of a sudden, the front desk staff came in and said, "I think we need to evacuate." And I asked her,
It's a flooding.
yeah, flooding. Right. Yeah, I was like, is this for real? And she's like, yeah, I think so. They're saying they need to evacuate Tacoma. And I was like, Tacoma? That's not where we are. And she looked at me. She said, oh, I'm sorry. I mean Tukwila. And I was like, oh, that's very different. So, we looked at everything, and sure enough, there was a river that was right next to the office that was being affected by a levee that had burst. And we were on the second floor, thankfully, but we made the difficult decision to actually end the procedure and wake the patient up and get to higher ground. Again, not something I ever thought I'd need to do. So, I did everything I could to try to get her to wake up fast. And we were able to do that and get out of there. And this patient was planning on paying for their procedure with cash. And they had a really, really cute, pink unicorn backpack, but they actually had the money in. You could say it was cash for drugs. And that might be what it was, but I wasn't looking at it that way. Because when we eventually had to evacuate, we just we got the patient in the car, and it was proving to be difficult to locate, where that might be. So I just told her to get out of there. And that one was on Mother Nature, I guess.
Picture this, mid-oral surgery, have to evacuate, get patient up, get her out, get her cash out of her pocket.
Yeah.
It's another day at Elite.
Yeah.
Andrew, that's an amazing story. I'm sure the dentist was so grateful for your support, for your help. It's a weird job that we do. It's a rewarding one, but it's not without its adventure at times. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, welcome back to another provider highlight. I won't steal his thunder. Take it away. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Sohail Khosrow. I'm from Dallas. I was born in Iran though, but I moved to the United States when I was like 5 years old.
We're gonna start off with a couple fun questions. If you were in medicine, what job would you try for 1 year?
I want to be a pilot for sure.
Oh, a pilot,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I love flight planes.
What part of anesthesia do you find the most rewarding?
Probably after the patient's asleep and you're just goofing off with the crew.
Kind of seems like you guys have a fun camaraderie.
Yeah. The OR is a special place.
What's your go-to music? Do you let the patient decide?
Usually the surgeon.
Okay.
But I've been always offered, but I like the 90s alternative.
Yeah. What's a smell that instantly brings back memories?
Probably just like homemade bread. There is this bread called lavash. It's a Persian thin bread that every time I smell it, it just reminds me of when I was in Iran, and you'd be inside this little pit and they'll bake it on the wall.
Oh, no way.
It smells so good, it tastes so good.
Is it sweet?
No, it's just like regular bread. It
Regular
just
bread.
smells good. Good memories, nostalgia.
That's awesome, man. I need to try that. What is it called again?
Lavash.
Lavash?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What TV show have you fully binged more than once?
Stranger Things for sure.
Okay.
There's been a few. Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What food will you always order no matter where you go?
Anything with lamb.
Okay.
Yeah, I love lamb. So,
Love lamb.
Yeah.
Is there a certain way you like it prepared?
Baked or in a gyro, whichever. Can't go
Yeah.
wrong.
You can't. It's so good.
Yeah.
What song are you picking for karaoke?
Well, the last time I sang karaoke was Staying Alive.
That's actually a hard song to follow up with. I mean, you have to have a couple of drinks in to be able to
For
hit.
sure, drinks are involved.
Yeah. What's your weirdest or most irrational fear?
Snakes, don't like them.
Yeah.
Keep them away.
There's quite a few in Texas, right?
Well, I've never really seen them in person, thankfully.
Oh, really?
With
Okay,
any port.
good.
I just like I don't venture out.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I don't like snakes either.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the questions.
All right,
Pretty
cool.
simple. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Appreciate it.
Nick and Sean, will take it back to you.
This brings us to our next and final segment of the show, Provider of the Month. This month, a well-deserved, as always, our very own Chief Nurse Anesthesiologist here in Utah, the one and only Dane Bergeson.
Congratulations, Dane. It's well deserved. I've known Dane for quite a while. We predate Elite Anesthesia. We used to work together in New Mexico in a normal OR, and he's been just as good, if not better, in the office. So
Yeah.
excited for Dane. He deserves it.
Offices love Dane. Patients love Dane. We love Dane.
We love Dane.
Dane's a valued member of the team. This is well deserved. And by the way, much like you at Country Western Dancing, Dane is a heck of a craps player.
Heck of a craps player.
He shows up ready. I mean, even if you lose money, he's winning.
Yeah. He doesn't lose because he looks so good.
That's right. It's house money from the first
Exactly.
bet. That's it. Episode 4. It's in the books. We appreciate all of your support. The video said it loud and clear, hopefully, but 2025 was a big success for Elite. 2026 has great things in store. We're so excited. We couldn't do it without you all. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate all you do for Elite. He's Sean. I'm Nick. We'll keep you posted.
Thanks, guys.